Hey everyone, in this video we are going to understand what is the frequency count method that is helpful to analyze the complexity of the iterative algorithms. Okay, and we'll see the various examples to understand this method. So before starting the video, if you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification of the video. So let's start. The frequency count method, as the name suggests, it counts the number of occurrence, okay, of some particular thing. Okay, so this method basically count the number of times the basic operations they are executed in an algorithm. So what are basic operation? They are like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, okay, or you can say mod. So we will consider that these are the basic operations, and these actually take 1 unit amount of time, okay, for their calculations or for their operations. Okay, and the operations like vector addition, matrix multiplication, or let's say you are finding the sum of array in a for loop. Okay, so those will not be considered as the basic operations. Those will be like non-elementary operations, and we will consider that non-elementary operation takes more than 1 unit of amount of time. Okay, that we will see more in the next video. Now you can also say that frequency count method is actually counting how many times statements which are consisting the basic operation they are executed, okay, in total. The frequency count method is basically useful to find the time complexity of iterative or the non-recursive algorithm. So how actually it works, let's take the example and then you will be able to understand what I have discussed here. Okay, so let's say you are given this code, okay, and the question is asking that count the total number of times the statements which consist of basic operations are executed, right? So here you can see in this function, these are the statement which are actually declaration statements. They are declaring the variable, and these are the statements which are executable statements. Okay, like this are assigning the values, okay, and this statement is actually doing the addition and then assigning the value. So these are the executable statements which will go to the CPU. Okay, so we have to count that how many times those statements which consist of this equal to, that is assignment operation or the plus operation, how many times those statements are being executed. Okay, so for applying the frequency count method, we will not take these statements into account because these are the declaration statement. Okay, we have to take executable statements into account. So basically we have to tell that how many times the statements which consist of basic operations like plus, minus, equal to, less than, or divided by, okay, how many times these such basic statements are being executed by your CPU. So this operation, that is assigning the value of 10 into the A, this has occurred one time, right? 20 is assigned to B, okay? Then second operation is being performed, okay, of assigning, okay? So we have counted. Now this third operation is being performed of assigning the value, okay? So there are total 3 times, okay? These operations are being performed, okay? Now in this statement, we have the addition and we have the assignment, okay? So here you can see we have the addition done for the first time, then whatever answer will come, that will be added with C. Okay, so 2 times addition is being done, right? And this equal to will be done after the calculation of this addition. Okay, so that means third calculation is being again done. Okay, one another elementary operation is being performed, right? So one way to answer this question is one basic operation being performed, second, third basic operation, and in this statement, total 3 basic operations are being performed: 2 time addition and 1 time assignment. So 2 and 1 is 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 times your basic operation are being performed. So this is one way of answering this question. Okay, we have counted the occurrence, that how many times basic operations are being performed. Now to make the calculation simpler, frequency count method says that if there is one statement, okay, that's this statement, and this statement consists of all the different basic operations, then we will count this as one. Okay, that means one basic operation is being performed, okay, to make our calculation simpler. Okay, we will not count that total 3 operations are being performed, okay, 2 addition, 1 assignment. Okay, we'll say one basic operation is being performed. That means this statement will take 1 unit amount of time, okay, in total. Although we can say it will take like 3 unit amount of time, but for the calculation easiness, we'll say it will take 1 unit amount of time. The total, how many times the statements which consist of basic operation are being executed. Okay, what is the you can check total number of times they are present in this. So 1, 2, 3, and this will be considered as one, you can say, elementary basic operation wali statement. Okay, so this is like 4. So we will say 4 basic operations are being performed. Okay, so now let's move to the next question. So this is our algorithm. Okay, so in this algorithm here you can see we have a variable s equal to 0, I equal to 1, and then we are running this loop, okay, while I less than equal to n. Okay, so this loop is running from I equal to 1, and inside this while loop we have two statements, s equal to s plus I and then I plus plus. So we have to again tell that how many times the statements which consist of basic operations they are being executed. Okay, we have to count the frequency of those statements. Okay, so basically we have this statement s equal to 0, another is I equal to 1. Okay, both these statements consist of basic operation. Now inside this while we have this statement I less than equal to n. Okay, so in basic operations, as I have told you, we have this plus, minus, multiply, divide, mod. We will also take this equal to and this comparison, okay, as the basic operation. We will consider or we will assume that one comparison take 1 unit amount of time. So these are also basic or the elementary operation. Okay, okay, so now this next statement is this and the last statement is this. Okay, and here we will count the frequency. Okay, so here you can see s equal to 0, this statement is being executed only once, right? So we will say the frequency of this statement is 1. Okay, this is being executed only once on the CPU. This statement is being executed again once. Okay, so we'll say frequency of this statement is 1. Now, inside this while loop, you know that this while loop is running from I equal to 1 till n. Okay. So basically, what is the frequency of this statement? That means how many times this comparison statement will be executed on the CPU. And we have to count how many times this particular statement will be going on the CPU to execute, and how many times this I plus plus is being executed on the CPU. Okay, so let's take an example. Let's say n equal to 4. Then if we have to tell that how many times this statement will be executed, so basically if n equal to 4 and I is 1, so for I equal to 1, okay, this comparison will be done I less than equal to 4. Okay, and we'll say this is true. So we'll again come inside. Okay, we will execute this statement, then we will execute this statement. Okay, so this comparison is being done for the first time, this statement is being executed for the first time, and this I plus plus will be done for the first time. Okay, so after this I will be 2. Now we will go again here, so we'll say 2 is less than 4, again is true. So for the second time this comparison is done. Now we will come inside and we'll do this thing, that is for the second time, and this statement will again go on the CPU to execute. So this statement or this basic operation is being again done for the second time, right? And so on. I will be 3. Okay, so 3 less than 4, again this is computed for the third time. Then we will come inside, this is computed for the third time, this statement is again executed for the third time. Then I will be 4. Okay, this is executed for the fourth time. Then we'll come inside. Okay, because 4 is less than equal to 4, right? So this will be executed, this will be executed for the fourth time, right? Now after this is executed, I will be, but I will be 5. Okay, so 5 less than equal to 4, 5 less than equal to 4, it is false. Okay, but this statement has gone to the CPU, okay, to execute. So this statement is executed for the first time. Okay, but we will not come inside. Okay, and loop will exit, right? So basically for n equal to 4, this statement is executed for the 5 times, this statement is executed for the 4 times, and this I plus plus is total executed for the 4 time, right? So you can see for n equal to 4, this is being executed 5 times, and this being executed for the 4, and this being executed for the 4 time. In general, for n, how many times this statement will be executed? This will be executed n plus 1 time. For 4, it is executed for the 5 time. So for n, it will be executed n plus 1 time. This statement, which consists of basic operation, it is being executed n plus 1, and this is being executed how many times? N times, right? For 4, it is being executed for 4. So for n, it is being executed n times. And I plus plus, this operation will be performed n times, right? So total, what is the frequency of the statements? How many times those statements which consist of basic operation, they are being executed in total? So it will be 1, 2, 3, okay, that is 3, and this n, okay, this will be 3n, okay. So if you are not able to understand, this is like 1 plus 1 plus n plus 1 plus this n, okay, and then plus this n. So total, this is 3 plus 3n, okay. So this is the total number of frequency, okay. Let's take another example. So let's say instead of the while loop, we have a for loop, okay, and in this your s value is equal to 0, and for loop is starting from 0 till I less than equal to n, I plus plus, and then we have s equal to s plus I. So we have this s equal to 0, this statement, then we have to count frequency of this statement, then this, and then this. So basically this total code can be written in this way also, s equal to 0, okay, I equal to 0, and then using the while loop, we can write this for loop in this way also, okay. So basically if we take this code or this algorithm or this algorithm, okay, frequency will be same, okay. You can try this also, okay. The answer that we will be computing for this algorithm, okay, it will be same for this one also, okay. So let's see. So basically s equal to 0, this will go on to the CPU only once, okay. So frequency of this statement which consists of basic operation is 1, okay. Now I equal to 0, how many times this statement will be executed? Only once, right? Inside the for loop, you know that this statement, initialization statement, is executed only one time. Now you know that how this for loop actually works. So we say, okay, this is done for the first time, and after that we'll compare this, then we will come inside. If it is true, then we'll go here, okay, then we'll again compare, and so on. If you see how many times this I less than equal to n will be compared, again you can take this example of n equal to 4, and you start from I equal to 0, and as we have discussed in our previous example, we'll see that total 6 times this I less than n, this statement will be executed, okay. That means if n is 4, total 6 times this statement will be executed. And you can take the another example also. If n is 5, then it will be executed, I less than n will be executed 7 times, that is 2 more times than the value of n, okay. Basically I less than equal to n will be executed n plus 2 times. How many times this s equal to s plus I will be executed? So whenever we are coming inside, this statement will be executed. So basically only 5 times, okay, this statement I less than equal to n was true. That means 5 times this statement will be executed. So for n equal to 4, this was true for 5 times, right? For n equal to 5, this statements, that is s equal to s plus I, this will be executed 6 times, okay. So that means for value of n, okay, this statement will be executed n plus 1 time basically. How many times this I plus plus will be executed? So again, with this analysis, you can see that I plus plus will also be executed n plus 1 time basically. From I equal to 0, here I plus plus was run for the first time, then second time, then third time, then fourth time, and then fifth time, okay. So that means for n equal to 4, 5 times this I plus plus was done. So for n plus 1 time, this I plus plus will be executed. So basically, how many times you are getting the total frequency? So this is like 1, 1, 2, 2 to 4, 5, 6, right? 6 plus this will be 3n. So 3n plus 6, okay? These many number of times, these statements which consist of basic operations, they will be executed. Now you can find the answer by yourself, that if this I is equal to 1, this is I starting from 1, then how many times the total statements will be executed? What will be the total frequency? Okay, you can count by yourself. Now let's take the last example. We have to again count the number of times the statement consisting of basic operations are executed. Here we have the function which is taking two arrays, array A, array B, okay, and the size of both array we have considered as n. Okay, so basically we have taken square matrices. Okay, so basically we have taken two matrices, okay, which are of, you can say, n by n sizes. Okay, now inside this we are actually performing the matrix addition. Okay, so here you can see in this is the basic operation, okay, I equal to 0, right? Then this is the basic operation, this is the basic operation, right? For the j, these three are the basic operation statements. Okay, and here this statement which is actually doing the addition of each element of the, you can say, matrix. Okay, this statement will be considered together as one statement having the one basic operation, simple, as I have told you earlier. Okay, now here we have to count the frequency. So basically you can take again the example. Okay, let's say n equal to 3. Okay, so you know how this loop actually works. Okay, I hope you are familiar with the working of this for loop. Okay, so basically this I equal to 0 will be executed, then we'll come here. Okay, then we'll run this loop again and again. Okay, after j is false, then we'll again go here. Okay, I will do I plus plus I less than n, again I will come here. Okay, and so on. So basically in whole procedure, how many times this I equal to 0 statement will be executed? Basically this will be done only once, right? Frequency of this will be 1. If we come inside, we know that this loop will execute, okay, many number of times. Basically when we'll come here, this j equal to 0, how many times it will be executed? So basically for every value of I, okay, we will come inside and we will again and again initialize this j equal to 0. So basically it depends on how many number of times we are coming inside, right? So basically if n is 3, okay, if n is 3, how many times this statement is true? Okay, so basically you can see that for n equal to 3, this is true for 3 number of times. That means we'll come 3 times inside this, you can say, j loop, right? So that means j equal to 0 will be executed how many times? 3 times, right? Okay, so for value of n, it will not be 3, it will be basically n, right? Now let's come here. So as we have seen that how many times this will be true? 3 times. But this I less than n, it will be going to the CPU this time also when it will be false, right? So this total I less than n, it is executed 4 times, 3 times true, 1 time false. So here it will be n plus 1. Okay, for 3 it is like 4. Okay, from the previous discussion, I plus plus will be executed actually n times. Okay, I hope you can do this by yourself. Okay, now when we are coming inside j equal to 0, as we have seen, n times it will be executed. Okay, again how many times this I less than n will be executed? Basically again from this discussion, if n is 3, total 4 times your statement will be executed. So basically this is j. Okay, this was a typing mistake. Okay, so this j less than n, it will be executed again n plus 1 time, like we have I less than n, and this j plus plus, it will be executed n times. Okay, okay, now how many times this statement will be executed? Basically this statement will be going to the CPU that number of times, the number of times this j less than n is true. J less than n, it is true for how many times? For value of n, it was true for n times. Okay, let's say we have n equal to 3, it was true for 3 times. So 3 times this statement will be executed. This is the total frequency that we have to count. Basically we have 1 2 3. 3 is the constant term, and how many times n has been there? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 6 n. Okay, sum of all these numbers. Okay, the total frequency is 6n plus 3 of all these statements which consist of basic operations. So this is the way that we apply the frequency count methods. Okay, now we'll see in the next videos that how we can actually find the time complexity using the frequency count method. Okay, so this is the, you can say, basic step that we should know how we can apply the frequency count method. After that, finding the time complexity is just a one step. Okay, so let's see in the next videos. So like and share this video and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for the notification of the video. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.